Will be handled by Dr. Shalini, Associate Professor, Acharya Bangalore B School, Bangalore. So let me take this opportunity to introduce the resource person, Dr. Shalini HS, to the participants. Dr. Shalini HS owns a doctoral degree from Vishveshwaraya Technology University. Professor Shalini completed MBA in Finance and Banking from Sri Jaya Chamarajendra College of Engineering, Mysore, affiliated to again VTU, Vishveshwaraya Technology University. She is a meritorious student and rank holder from VTU during MBA. She completed UGC NET and KSET in management, got eligibility for both JRF and lectureship. Professor Shalini's area of research is on option trading strategies and derivatives. Currently, she is working as assistant professor in Acharya Bangalore B School. She is a faculty coordinator for finance club activities, day celebration committee, ABBS Alumni Association, Pragati ABBS Women's Wing. So, in summary, I can tell Dr. Shalini is an all-rounder besides teaching. Professor Shalini has 11 plus years of rich experience in teaching. She has published and presented many research papers in international conference, Scopus indexed and Web of Science journals. Her paper was selected as the best paper award recently in the international conference conducted at Geetham University. Professor Shalini received a Miss Professional Award on the occasion of World Women's Day celebration on 8th March 2021, this current year. She has successfully conducted consultancy work in Indian Plywood Industries Research and Training Institute, Bangalore. She has been an external examiner for universities like PS University and Jain University. She has actively participated in many FDPs and workshops. With this brief introduction about the resource person of this session, Dr. Shalini, I welcome on behalf of the FDP Organizing Committee for the session on financial modeling, three-statement model approach. This is our own research area of interest. So Professor Shalini is going to take the session on this particular topic. With these few words, I welcome Dr. Shalini to commence the session. Over to you, Professor.
Thank you so much, Professor Dr. C. Sengatuvelu, sir, for that wonderful introduction. So, hope I'm audible. Am I audible?
Yes, yes. You are
Yeah. Thank you so much. So, yeah, before we begin this session, let me give some 2 or 3 disclaimers because since this session is related to finance, the non-commerce background people, for them it might look like a completely unknown area. So for that, yeah, definitely. But still, I have made my session in such a way that everyone can understand very easily. That is one thing. And second thing is, yesterday, Dr. C. Sengatuvelu sir has shared one assumption sheet that is in Excel. So please download it, and we are going to use that particular sheet in today's session, probably after 1 hour. So I'm just informing in advance so that if you people are ready by downloading that particular Excel sheet, so we can just carry on with building a revenue sheet model. Okay, so for today's session, so it's going to be completely a practical session because I understand during afternoons, too much of theory may not be possible. So that being the reason, let's make the session little interactive, right? So with this, let me just share my material here. I'll be just sharing the slides. So hope my slide is visible. Yeah, okay. Yeah, to begin with, let me give you an overview of what we are going to discuss in today's session. So this is going to be the agenda. First is we are going to have a little bit of introduction about financial modeling, what is it, and objectives of financial modeling, types of financial models, uses, and then how to build a financial model. So we will also learn at the end for 1 hour, basically. That is, I mean, practical will be more in this session than the theory as well as the video sessions. So that is one thing. So we are going to build a financial model for a restaurant, which is going to be a startup company, because building financial statement for financial model for a new startup company is very challenging because we don't have historical data and we need to have a certain set of assumptions. So that is the reason I have just taken up this particular case study. So coming to financial model, what is a financial model? As you can see, it is nothing but a tool that is built in spreadsheet. Of course, financial models can also be built in Python software also, and there are certain other advanced models. But the thing is, if I have to ask you to download and other things, there will be some issues. So that being the reason, we are going to carry on with the Excel. And also most of the till today, though most of the advanced softwares have come into picture, it is the Excel spreadsheet which is most frequently used by the investment bankers, merchant bankers, and also the corporate professionals while evaluating a particular company. So that being the reason, Excel works really good compared to other advanced softwares, I would say. I hope if anybody has got a work experience working with investment banking and other things, they completely agree with me, right? And also those who are dealing with Excel here. So yeah, coming to the today's discussion, since I'm going to talk about the financial model, this is for the people from non-commerce background. Okay, I will be just introducing you to the financial statements, what they are, and also, like when we say financial statements, we will be concentrating on majorly 3 financial statements. One is the income statement, which is also called as the profit and loss account, and balance sheet, and then cash flow statement. So what are financial statements? Basically, they are audited statements of a company. So that is which will give the current status or the performance of a company. So that is about the financial statements. So when it comes to financial statements, the first thing comes is income statement. So income statement is a type of financial statement which will give us the information regarding the sales and also the like after deducting all the expenses, direct and indirect expenses, whatever is left over after paying the interest and also the tax slice to the government. Okay, so in the form of net income, that is what we are going to compute in income statement. So basically, it will give us the snapshot of what is the income of that particular company, net income I'm talking about. Of course, gross income can also be computed. Next is the balance sheet. So balance sheet will give the financial position of that particular company. And yeah, as the equation goes, this is a major equation. Please don't worry about what is there on the right hand side because that is the pro forma of a balance sheet. And for people from non-commerce background, it is very, I mean, it might seem very tough to understand each and every terminology. No issues. But if you understand whatever is there on the left hand side, that is assets is equal to liabilities plus shareholders equity. Okay, so the balance sheet will give us a snapshot of what a company owns. Owns means the assets of the company. For example, the company has cash in hand, inventory and property. Okay, so all those things will constitute assets of the company. And coming to liabilities, liabilities are basically what the company owes, OWS. Okay, so that means the company has to pay it back, right? So the company has to pay rent, wages, utilities, taxes and loans. Okay, so the interest also. So all these things are liabilities that has to be paid by the company. So that will constitute the liability plus shareholders equity. Shareholders equity is nothing but the capital that is raised through equity shareholders. Okay, because the company is a separate entity and like the company has to repay whatever the capital that it has raised, okay, to its equity shareholders. Okay, so that being the reason, so assets is equal to liabilities plus shareholders equity, or you can also call it as assets minus liabilities will give rise to shareholders equity. Now coming to cash flow statement, cash flow statement are basically, I would say cash flow statements are more reliable compared to balance sheet and income statement because they will give the actual position, financial position of a particular company, wherein we have cash flow from three sources. First is cash flow from operations, cash flow from investment activities and cash flow from financing activities. Basically, cash flow statement will tell what is the cash inflow and outflow like that happens, okay, in a business over a period of time, like keeping in mind all these three activities. Okay, so this is a brief introduction to the financial statements because we are going to build a revenue sheet today. So that being the reason, I'm discussing these things. This is just like a introduction. Coming to financial modeling, what is financial modeling? It is a tool for decision making. So obviously it finds its application in MBA, wherein we do make decisions, and also managerial perspectives. Okay, from if we take from managerial perspective. So while making decisions, we use the financial modeling. So yeah, basically the spreadsheets are the ones which are used popularly for building a financial model. Now coming to objectives of financial modeling. First, it helps in profitability planning. So for each business, whenever we want to start a company, we particularly worry about the profits of the business, correct? So if the business plan is profitable, then only we'll go ahead. Okay. So if in that case, for a newly startup company, we don't have any historical data. Okay. So whether that business will be profitable or not, how do we make it up? For example, in today's case study itself, I have taken restaurant, and definitely it matches with the title of the FDP, that is services sector, right? So restaurants are into service sector. So how do they plan their profitability? Okay, so that is what is projected by the financial modeling process. And liquidity planning, yeah, most of the businesses, they operate through debt. Okay, they raise debt, okay, for their business. Okay, so how do they service their debt? That is also very important. Next is the credit planning. Credit planning is basically, see, businesses run on credit, right? So what should be the credit period that must be allowed, okay, so to the customers of that particular company, that must be like decided by that particular company. So during that also financial modeling will work, like what should be the credit period, how much credit has to be availed. Okay, so all those things will be dealt with in credit planning. Next is valuation of companies. This is very important. Okay, so wherein most of the investment bankers and also the merchant bankers, they use this financial modeling they use it for valuing a particular company. Okay, so while valuing a company, definitely the companies will try to shoot up their asset side of the balance sheet by stating that the company is in a very good financial position. Okay, so how it it is through escalating the intangible assets. Okay, or we also call it as the watered stocks, concept of watered stocks. Yes, so now let us see what are these watered stocks and how they are used by the companies in order to shoot up their assets, so that the company says that I have more of assets compared to my liability side to attract some of the investors. Okay, so I will be just playing one video as of now. So let me just stop presenting as of now, and just a second.
One day I looked at a small brewery, the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company. I'll never forget looking at the balance sheet.
Before I play the video, I want to make sure, is the video audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, now let's watch the video.
One day I looked at a small brewery, the F&M Schaefer Brewing Company. I'll never forget looking at the balance sheet and noticing that the book value of the company was $40 million higher than the current market cap, with $40 million in intangible assets. I said to my colleague, "It looks cheap. It's trading below its book value, a classic Benjamin Graham value stock." My colleague said, "Look closer."
Ma'am, video is not visible.
Real estate, production plants and intangibles, and current or short-term ones, such as cash in the bank, liquid securities, and inventory. The liability side is divided into primarily 3 parts.
Million, and finally cross. Okay, so this is going to be my drop down list. Okay, now I want to insert this drop down list in this particular cell. Okay, how do I do that? Of course I can go through data validation and all, but I don't want to use through commands. Okay, so since this is advanced level of Excel, I'm going to use advanced formulas, shortcut functions, okay, in order to insert the drop down menu. So the shortcut function is Alt D L L. That is the shortcut function. Alt D L L. Alt D L L. If you press Alt D L L, you will get a window like this. Okay, so here it is telling any value. Change this any value to list because I want to insert the list here. So change this to list. Okay, and in this source, select this list. Select this list and say OK. Say OK. Now I got my drop down menu here. Okay, so you can see hundreds, okay, tens, whatever I have in this particular list, it is appearing here. Correct? Now I can select anything of my choice. Okay, now I want to see, okay, 100 here. When I give 100 in this particular block, for example, if I select 100, I want to see 100 here. Okay, like this. Okay, or if I select 1000, I want to see 1000 there. Okay, so how do I do that particular arrangement? The reason, there is a reason. I'll tell you why as we proceed further. Okay, so I'm going to type 1 here and 10 and 100, 1000, lakhs, millions. Little advanced also, it will not work. Okay, so there are certain other shortcuts. Okay, but mine is Windows 10, so it should work. Okay, so here for any value, please choose the list here. Choose the list. Okay, and then in this, please select the list whatever you have from ones to cross. Okay, select it, and come back here and say OK. Once you do that, you will get the drop down menu. Hope you got it, madam.
It's all right, ma'am. I'll just see that because I'm not getting it. I should not be a blocker for everyone.
Okay, so please don't feel like that. At least data menu you are able to find, no, madam? Data?
You know, actually, mine is this version. I'm not able to find out also.
Okay, okay. No issues.
No,
No
no,
issues. Please.
not a problem, ma'am. I'll just watch it. Yeah.
Sure. Make a note of it, and later you can sit back and probably work on it, madam.
Yeah, that's better, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you. Okay. Now I have my drop down menu here. Okay. So now I want to link this cell with this drop down menu. Okay. So how do I do that? There are two methods. One is I can use index plus match function, or I can use VLOOKUP function. Okay. So let me use VLOOKUP function here. Say equal to. Okay. As sir said, I have to like increase this particular size a little. VLOOKUP. So double click on this VLOOKUP. Okay, so it will ask you for a lookup value. So what is the value that I am looking for? Select the table, say comma, and it is asking me the column index number. So these values, okay, that I am looking for is in second column. Can you notice 1, 10, 100? It is in second column. So I'll say 2 here. I'll say 2 here and say comma, and then I will give it an exact match, which is 0. Exact match 0. Close the brackets. Say enter. Can I get some responses?
Repeat, ma'am.
Repeat.
VLOOKUP C1A4.
VLOOKUP. You want me to repeat? Okay. So yeah, VLOOKUP function. I hope till here you got it, right? Till entering this particular numbers, you got it. So here, yeah. Thank you. Now here, let's put VLOOKUP formula here, which is a simple formula equal to VLOOKUP. If you press VL, okay, the function will appear here only, VLOOKUP. Okay, double click on this. So it will take you to VLOOKUP box. Okay, now it will ask you for which value you are looking for. I will say this is the value that I am looking for. This cell C1. Okay, that is the value that I am looking for, comma, where you are looking for that value. Okay, in this table, I am looking for that value in this particular table. Select that entire table and say comma, column index number. See the value that I am looking for, like for example, if I press 100 here, I want to see 100, which is a number. Where is my number? Second column, correct? No, second column. So give 2 here, say comma, and then it will ask whether are you looking for exact match or approximate match. Approximate match is 1. Okay, that means I'm looking for exact match. That means when I want 100 only should appear. Okay, because in finance, we need perfection, right? So there cannot be like a negotiation in zeros. Okay, when I say 100, it should not come like 10. Okay, so that is why I want to see perfect match, exact match. So give a 0. Close the brackets.
Madam, are you sorry, madam, Shalini, madam, just I am just are you looking for 100 here, or are you looking for 1? I mean, you're saying 2,0, column 2.
Column 2, comma 0 is my exact match. Exact match means, see, sir.
Are you extracting data with respect to that row, madam? Column row, is that
column, sir, not row. Column.
Okay.
Column wise, yes, sir. So this is what is the formula. So if you people want, please have a look at it and you can just copy the formula. I will leave it for just 1 second. So say enter. Okay. So as sir said, I can look for any number here. See, now I am looking for tens. 10 is appearing. I can look for lakhs. Okay, lakh will appear. And when I look for thousands, okay, 1,000 will appear. Okay. Likewise, the objective is when I want to change my currency, this thing, okay, it should get changed automatically. I have to link this sheet. See here, I'm going to compute many things. Okay, for example, for sales revenue, if it is in lakhs, okay, I will link this particular sales revenue with this with this particular cell. Okay, and I will manage it. I'll let you know. I'll show you. Once we proceed, I'll show you. Okay, hope till now it is clear. Okay,
Got it,
so
got it,
here,
got it.
yeah, thank you. So you can give the color code here and you can give a meaning to that. For example, here you can type red, okay, and you can say it remains static. That means it won't change, okay. And this drop down list, hundreds, whatever I have prepared, it will keep on changing. So for that, I'm going to give a color code of green. Usually we do it in accounting format, okay, while creating the financial models, okay, giving color coding to identify, okay. This is a standard format. Now this green color will change, okay, so it will change. It is not constant or static. Okay, so I'm done with my converter sheet. Okay, I'm done with my converter sheet. Yeah.
Actually, this drop down, I am getting only hundreds, ma'am.
Getting hundreds. VLOOKUP, sir, you have to give the VLOOKUP formula. But here, have you prepared the drop down list? If there is no drop down list, then it will give only 100. Right? Let me do it once again here. Okay, Alt DLL. This kind of a window I got it. Correct, no sir? Now, instead of any value, I will select list. Instead of any, please make that change. If you don't make that change, then only one value will be taken. Probably there also you might have gone wrong, sir. Okay, instead of any value, please select list. Okay, and in this source, please link the source to this list. Link the source to the list. Okay, and come back here and say okay. Say okay. Okay, now the drop down menu will appear here. Okay, sir.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, now we are done with the converter sheet. Okay, now let's move on to our revenue sheet. Okay, so see, if you look at the nature of data, okay, so my monthly revenue and monthly P&L are going to be prepared on monthly basis, whereas capital structure, fixed asset schedule, from capital structure onwards, I'm going to prepare the schedule based on yearly basis. Why? Because these are all like capital structure is for year, right? From the beginning till the end, okay, equity, only equity capital will be there. So it's a long-term one, and fixed asset schedule also, and working capital, though it is a short-term decision, but since I have to post it in my balance sheet as well as the cash flow statement, I have to like prepare it on an annual basis. So annual P&L, as the term itself says, it is annual. Okay, so what I'll do, this monthly revenue, okay, and monthly P&L, I'll select it together to format. I'll select it together. Okay, how do I do that? I have to group it. Okay, how do I group it? Press Control button and select both the sheets. Okay, if both the sheets are grouped, then you will get it in the top. Okay, I'm sorry because I'm presenting, no, so that is why I don't have the here. Okay, so group is appearing here. Okay, so here in the assumption sheet, if the group is appearing, then it is clear that these two things are grouped: monthly revenue and monthly P&L, both are grouped. Okay, so I hope you confirm whether your data is grouped or not. Okay, so here to begin with, what I'll do, I'll just type all final values in. All final values in. And next cell, I'm going to link it to the converter. Okay, press equal to, go to the converter sheet, press equal to there and go to the converter sheet. Okay, and link it with this million, thousand, ones, tens, whatever you have. Okay, link it with that and say enter. Say enter. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just give it a little bit of formatting. I'll select both and I will bold it. Okay, if I want, I can also underline the same. Okay, but it's up to you. Okay, and let me not come out of the color code. I'm going to code it with green color because it is not constant, right? It will keep on changing. Okay, so this is done. Now, see, coming to the rest of the formatting part. Okay, so to begin with, I will start from E3 cell. I will start typing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, till 36 months I have to start. Okay, till 36 months. Why? Because usually I am going to forecast the sales revenue for next 36 months. For years, because it is assumed usually in a restaurant industry, if a restaurant is able to survive, for 3 years and if it is still profitable, then it is assumed that the restaurant will continue to exist for a long term. Okay, if it
Ma'am, can you please repeat how to group the sheet?
group the share. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so there's a question here, like how to group the sheets. Okay, so let me see. Now I'll come out of the sheets. Okay, so click on any other cell. Okay, others please click on. Okay, since somebody asked me this question, I'm just coming out of the sheet and I'll tell you how to group the sheets once again. Okay, see, I'm already in this sheet. Okay, monthly revenue. I did not group anything. See, you cannot see group here. Correct? No. So now press Control button and click on monthly P&L. Now both the sheets got selected. How do you come to know? See, here you can say group. Okay, so that means both the sheets are grouped now. I hope I answered your question. Okay, now I have to carry. Okay, I was explaining regarding forecasting this particular model for 3 years. Why 3 years? Because in a restaurant industry, if a restaurant is able to survive for 3 years and if it is still profitable, then it is clear that the restaurant will continue to exist for long term. Okay, so that is the thing. It is mainly the expenses which will kill the profits of that particular restaurant. Okay, so that is why usually we'll forecast it for 3 years. We'll project this revenue for 3 years. Okay, now I'll say equal to this year plus 1, say enter. Okay, so that I can drag it here. Okay, so just simply hold it and drag it till 36. I hope, yeah, 36 months. Till 36 months. Okay, so 12 threes are 36. 3 years, 36 months. Okay, now I don't want to see 1 and 2 here because these are my months, I agree. Okay, but I want to see it like month 1, month 2, month 3. That should be my arrangement. Okay, so how do I do that? And I don't want to type it manually. Okay, so press Control 1. Okay, or else you can also right click and say format cells because it is advanced level. Okay, so I'm not going to use any of the basic functions in Excel. All advanced functions only I'll be using. Okay, custom, go to custom, and in general type in double inverted commas, type month. Close the double inverted comma, give a space and give 0. Okay, I'm leaving it for some time so that you can copy it.
Ma'am,
Okay.
how we get the number?
Which number?
Month numbers.
Oh, this month you have to type it manually. You have to type. Okay, this dialog box you're talking about. Okay, so no issues, sir. You have. I hope you have typed 1, 2, 3, 4, like till 36. You are done. Correct, no, sir?
No, ma'am. Up to 5 I have typed.
No, okay. No problem. Sir, see, once you type it manually, you have to just keep on typing it. To avoid it, what you can do is in this particular cell, one let it be like that. Okay. In second cell, say equal to, select this previous cell, and say plus 1. Enter. Okay, now go back to this cell, and when this plus mark appears, please note, when this plus mark appears, drag it till 36 months. Hope you got it.
Ma'am, once more.
Okay. See, sir, you have typed 1. Okay, let me type
Up
it
to
once
5.
again. Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry,
up
sir,
to 5 I have typed.
Okay. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5. Okay, till I mean up to 5 you have typed. Okay.
From
so
5
if this number is,
from 5, can we do it from 5, madam? Can we extend it from 5? Like,
but from 5, if you do, this will not get formatted, sir. This won't get formatted.
Okay.
That is the problem. Okay. So whatever the future commands that you give, then it will be applicable from 5th cell onwards. So 1 to 5 type, it will not respond. That is the problem with Excel. Okay. So equal to, so this cell plus 1. Say enter and drag it till 36 months. Till 36 months. Okay. So after doing this, I was telling, okay. So instead of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, I want to see the month here, month 1, month 2, month 3, okay, and I don't want to type it manually because I don't have that much time. So what I'll do, I will give a command, okay, through which I will get the desired value straight away. Press control plus 1, control 1. So a dialog box like this will appear. So choose custom. Okay. So in general place, okay, in double inverted commas, say month. Close the double inverted. Thing will appear. Control Shift 3. Automatically it's get converted into date. Okay. So now, is there a message, sir?
Yeah, they are asking.
Yes.
Why should we make it +1? Directly, we can drag it directly.
Oh, directly. Okay. So drag it directly because I have not locked anything. Okay. And it will take the whatever is there in the assumption sheet. The next cell, it will keep on dragging. Okay. Because I copied this particular cell. No. So it will keep on dragging. That is the problem. So that is why we have to give 1. Okay. So because I have to link it to the previous cell. Okay. After linking it to the previous cell, now I can copy it. Okay. So say Control C and paste it till the end. Control V. Okay. So now see, you started getting hashtag. Okay. Hashtag will appear whenever the content is more than whatever the cell can accommodate. Okay. So how to fix that particular problem? Press Alt HOI. What is it? Shortcut function. Alt HOI. That is the shortcut function. Or you can also press Alt OCA. Both are one and the same. Alt HOI or Alt OCA. Okay. Now I'm done with it. I'm going to format this. What I
question here, ma'am. Question.
Okay.
Alt HOI.
And I am going to.
Ma'am, date format.
I'm going to
Once
give it
more.
a blue color. Okay. With a white text. Okay. So that it appears attract in an attractive manner. Okay. So this is the thing. Is it clear? Okay. Now I hope the month 1, 2, 3 and everything has appeared. Now I'm going to construct the monthly revenue sheet. Let me just start with the revenue sheet. Okay. See, if you look at the case study, most of the revenue is coming from the weekdays, correct? No. So in the weekends. Okay. So in the weekends, the restaurant is operating at 80 to 90% capacity, whereas in the weekdays, okay, the restaurant is operating at 40 to 50% capacity, right? Because we are not expecting much customers here in the weekdays. Okay, maybe they are busy in their regular work, right? So weekends, so usually family people, what we'll do, we prefer weekend only to go out and have food in the restaurant. Okay, so usually on weekends restaurants will be busy. Okay, so I want to first know how many operating days are there in a particular month. Okay, in that how many days are weekdays and how many days are weekends. Okay, so let me start doing it. Okay, so I will type operating days here. Operating days. Okay, so what I'm trying to know here is how many operating days are there in this particular month. Okay, so here I'm going to apply if condition, say equal to. Here I'm going to apply if condition of Shift 3. Control Shift 3. So that will help you to convert that number into date format. Shortcut function. Control Shift 3. Control Shift 3. Okay. So now
I got it, ma'am, but Next date, if you want in F cell.
If we want it in F, so here 1 you have to type. Same thing, equal to EO month, okay, open a bracket, select this previous cell, E4 cell, comma 1. That means 1 month after this month, 30th April 2022. Okay, so after that, close the bracket, say enter. Yeah.
1 minute. EVO month 33.
Okay, sir. Let me just show you here. Equal to EO month. Okay, sir. EO month. Previous cell is this. Select this previous cell. Okay, comma 1 month. 1 month after the month 1. Correct? No, that is your month 2. Right. So close the bracket. Say enter. Okay, sir.
EO comma 1, ma'am.
EO month, open a bracket, equal to EO month, open a bracket.
E4 minus E4 comma?
E4 comma 1.
1, okay.
Close the bracket. Close the bracket. Say enter. Say enter. Okay, you will get the required. Now you can simply copy paste it, sir, because you have linked it to previous cell. No. So just say Control C. And drag it. Press shift and drag it till the end, that is 36th month. Okay, and say Control V. Copy paste. Okay, I was telling like how many operating days are there in a particular month. I want to know. Okay, so I have just typed operating days here. Okay, and here I'm going to find out the number of operating days equal to, I will say operating days. Okay, or else, okay, let's take it the other approach. Okay, so equal to, let's apply if condition here. If condition equal to if this particular date, that is my 30th April starting date. Okay, 30th April 2022. If it is greater than my date of operation. Where is my date of operation? This is my date of operation. Correct? No, I started my date of operation from 1st July. Correct? No. So I am going to like lock this particular cell by pressing function F4. Function F4, because I want to fix the row and column as well. Okay, so I will lock that particular cell. Okay, if it is greater than my operating day, comma, then give me day of. I will go back to the monthly revenue sheet. Give me day of. Okay, this particular month, E4 month, close the bracket, or give me 0, close the brackets, say enter. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll just copy this, Control C, and I'll just paste it here. Okay, now I'm getting my number of operating days in that particular month. See, if you see in 31st July 2022, there are 31 operating days. Okay, now I would like to know amongst these dates, how many days are weekdays and how many days are weekends. Okay, so for that I'm going to type number of weekdays in a month, number of weekdays in a month, number of weekends in a month, number of weekends in a month. Okay, so here while determining the number of weekdays, again I have to apply the if condition equal to if, open a bracket, if, okay, this operating days, if my operating days is greater than 0, if my operating days is greater than 0, then I'm going to type network days. This is an inbuilt function in Excel. Type network days open a bracket, network days, open a bracket, okay, single bracket, okay. Give me my last month end date, that is B4 cell, last month. Yeah, anybody trying to say something? Hello? Repeat, huh?
Actually, there's a query. Ma'am, how did you get a date in cell number E4? How did you get a date in
Oh,
cell
that I explained already.
cell number E4?
Okay. Done. Explain it now.
When I try it, it's showing me an error, like assumptions.
I can finish it up, right? Okay. Okay. So there is a query actually, like how did I get this date in E4 cell, right? So that is the query in the chat box. Okay. So no issues. I'll just show it. Okay. So let me just clear this cell, entire cell here. Okay, so let's do it once again. Equal to say EO month. Please use this function EO month. EO month. Okay. So it will ask you the date of commencement. I hope this particular function is there. EO month. Okay. And then you have to give the start date. Start date. Okay. So which is the start date here? I'll go to my assumption sheet. You have to move to assumption sheet. Okay, so move to assumption sheet. When did I start my operations? On 1st July 2022. Select this cell. Select this particular cell. Okay, say comma and 0. And 0. Close the bracket. Say enter. So you got the date. Okay, so next is like equal to next EO month, same thing. Okay, somebody asked like how did you get EO? Yeah, that date. Okay, so I'm going to, this is my start date for my previous month. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just select that cell now and say comma and I'll say 1. Close the bracket, say enter. Now if you copy it, Control C and you can paste it. Okay, so if hashtag appears, it means that the content that you are going to fit, okay, is more than whatever is this thing. So for that, if you want to fit that particularly, then you can press Alt HOI. Now it will automatically get fixed. Okay, so this is the thing. Sir, should I stop? Are we running out of time? I can finish it up. Okay. So, okay. So I hope you got the answer for your question that you have asked. Okay. So, yeah. So, yeah, I think the date format, everything got changed. No issues. No issues. We'll just see here. Okay. So, yeah. So this is how I got the dates here. Okay. So let me just format it. I think I took for start date. Okay, so I think it is not G5. Okay, so earlier it was the right thing, that is 1st April 2022. That is what is my start date, and I'm going to change this. Yeah, now it is perfect. Okay, it is going perfect. So that means for the first 3 months my operations did not started, and after 3rd month my operation started. Okay, so that means my restaurant started operating. Okay, so now let's come back to our earlier discussion. Okay, so now I'm going to find out the number of weekdays. Okay, right, number of weekdays in a month. Okay, how do I do that? Equal to if function, open a bracket, equal to if function, open a bracket. If my operating days, this is my operating day, is greater than 0, that means I started operating, correct? No, then give me network days, of last month end date, which is D4 here, last month end date, plus 1 or or next month date, close the bracket, say comma, or else give me 0, close the bracket, say enter, and copy this cell, Control C, and paste it here, Control V. Okay, so this will give me number of operating days. Okay, so now, number of weekdays. Okay, now number of weekends is equal to number of operating days minus number of weekdays. Enter. Okay, so copy this cell and paste it, Control B. Okay, so I got my number of weekends in that particular month. Now let's check whatever we have done is correct or not. Okay, so I will take you through the calendar. Okay, so this is my calendar. Okay, so now what I'll do, I have to search for, let us check for July, right? Month of July 2022. So let me go to July 2022. Okay, July 2022. Okay, in July, okay, there are 31 days, correct? Okay, and in that the number of weekends, first let us see weekends. Okay, 10 weekends are there. So this is my Saturday and Sunday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there are 10 weekends. Okay, and remaining are my weekdays. 21 are my weekdays. Okay, so that means whatever I have computed, it is perfect. Okay, so now see, I am going to lock this particular row and column. Okay, by fixing it. Okay, so there is a shortcut function for that. Okay, press Alt WFF. Okay, see how, what is the meaning once you press Alt WFF? Okay, if you keep on scrolling down, your column, like rows will get scrolled, but the top content, it will remain fixed. Okay, similarly column wise also, if you keep on dragging, okay, see here, okay, so the column will keep on moving, but this content will remain fixed. Okay, so that is what I did by pressing Alt WFF. Okay, so once I did this, the next part is going to be like, first I want to know how many customers will be visiting my restaurant. Okay, I hope you are following it. Any issues, concerns? Any issues and concerns? Any problem in going through this thing? Alt HOI. Okay. Any issues and concerns? No. Okay. Yeah. So I think
Alt WFF, ma'am. Can you please repeat that? What was that? Alt WFF. All the to be simultaneously.
Okay, see, Alt WFF is nothing but, sir, when you want to fix, when you want to see this content, sir, see, to construct my model, okay, these days are very important, sir. Each and every time I have to construct my model based on this operating day, like operating days, weekends and weekdays, okay. So that is why what I will do, I will usually fix this particular cell. Okay, so that is the top content, okay, as well as the left content. Okay, so because everything, whatever the label that I do, it will appear in this particular column. Okay, sir, so that is why I want this to be visible and this content to be visible. So what I'll do, I'll just keep my cursor here and say Alt WFF. Once I do that, my
all simultaneously, ma'am. All simultaneously, all the keys simultaneously, is it? All the
no, sir. Press and hold Alt, then WFF.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So now if you observe, if I scroll down, if you scroll down, okay, sir. So cells will, rest of the cells will get scrolled down, but the top cells will remain same. Correct, okay. No, sir. I hope you are able to feel it.
It'll remain static. Okay, okay. It'll remain as is.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. So, sir, should I stop? Yeah. So, let me just take you through the final model because I thought I'll complete it, but still, I'll just show you the final model that I have constructed. Just give me 2 minutes. That's it. And just 2 minutes. Okay. So this is the final model that, sorry, let me just, okay. Yeah, I have already shared my screen. Yeah, so, yeah. So this is my final model. Okay, so operating days, the next we computed number of guests per day, how many guests will be coming on weekdays and weekends, then average revenue per customer, and then we computed revenue per month. Okay, it's a long process, sir. It's a long process, but yeah, I agree. Those who deal with, I think you have to mute yourself or else it will, yeah. Muted, sir?
Disconnected now.
No issues. Because if I connect,
Disconnected now.
disconnected now. Oh. Can I continue then? Let me check, sir. Okay, no issues now. Okay, sorry, as we are accessing the FDP through the same room, in the same control room, so this problem is happening, no issues. Okay, so this is what is my final model, and I agree that those who are new to Excel, see this particular topic concept is very challenging because it will demand you to be equally good at both Excel skills, MS Excel. You should be very proficient in handling Excel and the financial aspect. So if you are good at both, then you can do it in a very easy manner, and also practice. Definitely, the practice makes a lot of difference, I'm telling you. So with this, I would say, let me stop sharing. With this, I would say if this particular FDP inspired you to know more about finance and also know more about financial modeling, okay, so I would be more happy. With this, I would like to conclude this particular FDP session. Thank you so much for your active participation, and special thanks to those who have come up with their doubts and also asked doubts and also helped me making my session better by making it interactive. Thank you so much. Over to Sengotu Velu, sir. So, sir will be logging in shortly. So, may I know if there are any questions to me? Yeah, so I will just leave it to Sengotu Velu, sir, for handling questionnaire session. So, if there are any questions, sir, please let me know. I'll be happy to address it. Thank you.
Ma'am, just a quick question, ma'am, Dr. Shalini. Ma'am, are there any certification examination programs, ma'am, for this
Sir, definitely, sir. Sir, definitely, sir. Financial modeling, you have 1 month certification program from Udemy actually. So if you, it is just available at 659 rupees. Sir. Many courses are available like this. But only thing is, even my students will keep on asking, like, madam, I attended many sessions, around 10 to 15 sessions, they will say. Okay, but only thing that matters is how will you practice out of that session, what you get out of it, and like the case studies that you get, that is discussed in that particular online interactive sessions. Okay, so if you can take that case study and if you practice and if you get expertise in handling this Excel sheet, okay, so then that is what matters, sir, rather than attending the session. Okay, so what you get out of that session and how well you practice and how well you get command over the Excel function is very important. That is what matters, sir, I would say.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. My name is Shankar, and one more question, ma'am. You did mention about Udemy. Is there any industry-based, ma'am, like from Bombay Stock Exchange or any industry standard certification exam, or Udemy is recognized universally in academic domain or industry universally?
Universal, sir. Udemy is a universal platform wherein even for many faculties, even including me, I also opted for many certification through that. Okay. In fact, I used to learn through that only. Like it is going to be an online platform to learn. Students, faculty members, anybody can just opt for that particular program. And apart from that, you can also work on some of the courses that are offered by Great Lakes. So they are very like expensive, sir. I would say probably you have to spend around 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees. Okay. So, but what matters is in Udemy it is very cost effective. Since I'm a finance faculty, I always worry about the cost. I don't want to spend much on this. Point one. Point two is Udemy is a standard one, sir. Standard certification program.
Okay.
You can
Thank
opt for
you.
it.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you, sir. Any other questions?
Can you share the Excel sheet with 9 sheets what you showed, because we could not complete it? Can you
Yes,
just
sir.
share with us?
Sure, sir. It will be a great pleasure to share this Excel sheet. Definitely, I'll be sharing it with Sengatu Velu, sir. You can collect it, sir. No problem.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Any other questions are welcome.